All right, let's dive into a world you probably never even knew existed. A little corner of the investment universe where your favorite songs can actually become your next asset. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on how to invest in music royalties. I mean, just think about all the music you stream every single day, on your commute, at the gym, while you're working. What if every single time you hit play, you weren't just a listener, but you were also an earner? It sounds a little bit like a fantasy, right? But it is absolutely becoming a reality for everyday people. For the longest time, the profits for music were pretty much locked away, accessible only to big record labels and, industry insiders. But that is all changing. A brand new frontier is opening up for investors, and it all starts with understanding what a royalty even is. So, what exactly are music royalties? Well, the concept is actually pretty simple. Every time a song gets used commercially, whether it's streamed on Spotify, played on the radio, or popped into a movie, a small payment flows back to whoever owns the rights to that song. And this is where it gets really, really cool. You can now buy a slice of those rights. And that means you can literally, and I mean literally, own a piece of the music that defines your life. Could be an anthem from your high school days, or one of today's biggest hits. So, beyond the cool factor, why should an investor actually care? Well, music royalties are what you might call an all-weather investment, and that's because they behave differently from pretty much everything else you might have in your portfolio. And this right here is what makes them such a potential game changer. See, traditional assets like stocks and real estate, they often move with the economy. When the economy's up, they're up. When it's down, they're down. But music is different. People listen in good times and in bad, which means a song's performance isn't really tied to those big market swings. That makes it a powerful tool for diversification. So, what does that lack of correlation actually mean for you? Well, it means that during an economic downturn, when other parts of your portfolio might be taking a hit, the income from your song royalties can provide a stable, independent stream of cash. It's like a layer of security that's built on cultural habit, not economic cycles. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds amazing, but how in the world do I actually do it? Let's get into the practical side of things. And don't worry, this isn't some super complex process reserved for Wall Street. We've got your map right here. So, where do you even find these things? Well, there are now online marketplaces designed specifically for this. Platforms like Royalty Exchange and Songvest are two of the key players here. They basically allow artists and songwriters to sell off portions of their future royalty streams directly to the public. And honestly, the best way to wrap your head around it is probably with something you've already used. If you've ever browsed an app like Zillow, you already get the basic idea. You scroll through listings, you check out the details, but instead of looking at houses, you're looking at songs that fit your investment style. The whole process really breaks down into these 4 simple steps. First, you browse the songs that are available and you look at their financial history. Second, you do your research, and we're going to get to that in just a second. Then you bid on or just buy the rights outright. And finally, the best part, you start collecting that passive income as the song gets played all over the world. Now, hold on. Before you rush off to buy a piece of your favorite obscure indie track, we need to add a little note of caution here. Just like any other investment, this takes some smart research. Not every song is going to be a long-term golden goose. It is so important to remember that the returns here can vary wildly. I mean, some songwrites might only kick back a few dollars a year, while a timeless classic could produce a really significant income stream. The key isn't just picking a song you love, it's about knowing what to look for. So what should you be looking for? Well, here's a fantastic little checklist. First, is the song still getting streamed a lot? Is it showing up on major Spotify playlists? That's a huge plus. Also, think about the artist's career. Is a new tour or a new album coming out? That can breathe new life into their old stuff. And then look at the hard data. How much did it earn last year? And this is critical. Check the term. Are you buying the rights for just 10 years or for the entire life of the copyright? Let's shift gears for a second, okay? Because beyond all the numbers and the spreadsheets, there's a really powerful emotional return here. This isn't just another line item in your portfolio. You're investing in something much, much bigger. Just imagine telling someone about your investments. Instead of just talking about index funds, you can say, oh yeah, I own a piece of a 90s ballad, or I have a stake in that song that went viral on TikTok, or even a classic movie theme. You are building a portfolio that is literally made of creativity. And that provides a totally different kind of return, doesn't it? You're directly supporting the creators of the art you actually love. You're placing a bet on a piece of culture that you believe has real lasting value. And unlike a stock certificate, a song, well, a song feels alive. It's constantly being discovered and enjoyed by new people. The music industry is changing fast, and that line between being a fan and being an investor is getting blurrier every day. So the next time you pull up your favorite playlist, the question isn't just what to listen to, it's whether you'll be a listener or an owner.